The Professor and Luke decide to continue their investigation in the town. Or in town, whatever. We're going to be called over Barton anyway. Professor Layton, sir. Barton, my good man, whatever is the matter. The inspector has signed the person for Dr. Shredder's murder. I have strict orders to round everyone up at the hotel as soon as possible, sir. Understood, we're out there right now. Come Luke, let's hurry. The Professor and Luke decide to return to the hotel. Yes! I'm up for that. I'm up for any type of chaos. Chapter 6, The Road to Herzen Castle. Which, is the chapter before the last one, from what I understand. Chaos! I played this game years ago, so like I don't remember much, but like some things I do remember. Including the incoming scene. Gonna go to any chance. I haven't just yet. I want to play like a lot of games still, but well, I haven't played that one sadly. I was Layton, so glad you could finally join us. With you here, we now have every suspect in the murder of Dr. Schrader gathered in this room. A few days ago, renowned archaeologist Dr. Andrew Schrader was found dead in his London home. Ooh. His murderer is still at large, but look around you. You could very well be sitting next to the culprit. A suspect? Me? What a nonsense. What reason would I possibly have to kill a man I don't even know? A bit slow in the uptake, eh? Mr. Beluga, every person in this room is after the Legion box. The box tells each of you to our dead man, so there's no doubt that one of you here did the deed. I'm sure putting this case together has been a triumph of police work, Inspector. So tell me, what facts you have unearthed in these last few days? Yeah, what's closing now, Mr. Layton? This is our unravel mysteries in Scotland Yard. You have full attention, Inspector. Please, hypothesize away. The version of Folsom's true evidence obtained in the late doctor's office. According to his note, Schrader spent quite some time in town researching the Elysian box. We learned that he died shortly after returning home to London and came to focus. I believe a criminal first spotted the doctor when he was inquiring about the Elysian box here in town. Spying a chance to obtain the coveted box, the fiend followed the doctor to London and murdered him. Oh, now the seduction worthy of London's finest. So out of it, who's our man? Yep. Even though it could as well be the Inspector. Or Joyce is not getting there, because he's actually in search, like he's been searching, quote unquote searching for it too. He's been asking questions about it for sure, so. Oh Joyce, I'm getting there. To summarize, the culprit must have been to Folsom's before. What's more, the person must have also had the ability to travel freely between here and London. Now, as we all know, the only affiliate the Military Express have that ability. And now all eyes turn to Mr. Beluga, eh? Well, turn them back. Mr. Beluga stated he was in London cooking business that day, and his alibi checked out. Huh? But if it's not Mr. Beluga... That's right, the murderer stands before us. His name is Sammy Thunder. What? You gotta be kidding, man. I know Mr. Beluga ordered you to turn over every stone in this town to find the Elysian box. He walks you like a dog. He resented that treatment. So you decided to beat him to the punch and make off with the precious box. There's an outrage channel. What do you have to say for yourself? I'm afraid you're the guard, man. Guard? I don't know, like the... Now I see why the box eluded me for so long. You've been holding out to me, Samuel. No, I haven't. I saw my favorite leather pants. Come on, Uncle, you know me. I never do anything that crazy. You still have plenty of time to tell me your story back in London from a cell. Now come along. So as a conductor all along, after all, I don't think he had it in him, but at least we can all rest easy now. Professor, do you really think Sammy could have committed such an awful crime? Well, what we have to go on is this single turn photograph that goes to the doctor's room. Oh, so that's the Elysian box. Wow, very fancy. I like the cute coat design on top. Oh my. Flora. Thank you, Flora. I knew something didn't feel quite right, but thanks to you, it all comes into focus. I know the incoming scene, and I know who he's going to actually point to. And I know why, and I just know what happens instantly afterwards. This is what happens if you played a game like this like years ago. You still remember these type of scenes. I don't remember the puzzles anymore like all that well. But scenes like this. Really, did it all, Professor?
Oh, come on, officer, man. My only crime is rocking. And rocking ain't a crime. Yow! Let me go.
You come along quietly if you know what's good for you.
Besides, someone else already impersonate the inspector like the game before. But you don't need semi-thunder for this. Not at all.
Just a moment, Inspector Shelby. I believe we've all committed a large and rather unfortunate oversight.
Can't you see I'm in the middle of something right now, Layton?
Where are you going with this, Professor?
Something happened earlier.
Has ever seen the Elysian box that we've been looking for. The one and only piece of visual evidence we possess is this torn photograph.
Yep.
And get to the point.
Nobody has seen the box. Flora instantly set him up with the Elysian box and about the cute coat design.
The point is this, Inspector. The only person who could know what the Elysian box looks like is the suspect you're after. And it is this person who must have stolen the box in the first place.
Yes, and I've got the slippery fellow right here.
You're wrong, Chelmy.
Ow! Take it easy, officer.
It's someone called Don Paolo. I will figure out in just a second who that is.
Pipe down, you hooligan.
And watch the hair, will ya? Wow!
Sorry to disappoint, but he's not the culprit.
Score.
What? Stop talking in circles and get to the point, Layton. Who should be wearing the handcuffs?
Isn't it obvious? If the criminal does indeed reside in our midst, he or she would be the only one of us to see the Elysian box in person, which means the culprit. Must be you there.
What? Flora!
Inspector, look here.
Flora?
That's the photo I dropped.
Indeed. This, for those who don't know, is a piece of evidence recovered by the inspector.
Well, recovered by us, stolen by the inspector.
It's a photo of the Elysian box, and I have every confidence that this shot depicts the real thing.
So, this little knick-knack here is what started the whole mess? To be honest, it's a bit outlandish for my taste. What with the bizarre frog head on it.
Aha!
I see you've put the pieces together too, Luke.
Didn't Flora actually disappear earlier after, like, someone actually put their hands around her? Also, we're in the other place. I don't remember the name anymore. Didn't we also see, like, someone in the corner waiting? Keep an eye on us? Don Paolo.
Inspector, the emblem decorating the top of this box depicts not a frog, but a goat.
A goat? Not by my eyes, it doesn't.
That's just it. This photograph is missing the piece containing the goat's eyes. In its current form, the image looks like a frog to most people, as was the case with you, Inspector. Flora, dear, I believe you said the design looked like a cute goat, did you not?
Oh,
Well, that clears things up nicely. If you say you saw a goat, that must mean you've seen the real Elysian box before. Who are you really?
Well played, Layton. I'm sure you're very proud of yourself for seeing through my disguise again.
Don Paolo is a master disguise who has actually taken the place of Inspector Chelmy in the game before. Curse you, Layton! Curse you and that foppish hat of yours! Don Paolo! I beat you to the box, and given in a little more time, I'd have beat you to cracking the secret. And of course, the Horizon fortune would have been mine. But that ship has sailed now. So you're the one who had the Elysian box all along. A little brief introduction from Layton's apprentice. Clearly he's learned from the best. But yes, you're right, little man. I still owe that old fool why he was snoozing on the floor. The kid is probably caught a cold sleeping on the ground like that. Not that I care. One iota. Snoozing? But I should I went to sleep on the floor. Hey, wait a second, have you been posing a story? Now where's the real Flora? Was he probably making hay, Angel with the cows in that old dropsum barn I left her in? No, true. Maybe she's just sitting there, fuming because these rumors didn't even notice we switched places. But I must thank you to Dot for your help. You've given me more than enough information. The jig may be up, but the dance is far from over. I'm still close to unlocking the secret of the Elysian box. Now you need merely to take this box. Hold it right there, you scoundrel. Ah. I've got a lot of questions, and you'll answer them once I've asked you to get back to London. Where do you think you're going? Ah, got you, slippery devil. Ah, you might have some oath. You have no idea just how slippery I can be. Ah, don't just stand there. The worm's getting away. Yeah, fool. Did you really think a soft-bodied flatfoot like yourself could catch me? So long, Layton. Do you think you give me this up, eh? I'll catch you yet. Oh, wait for me, Inspector. Well, look at three of them shake a leg. I didn't think they had it in them. Everyone just watching. I must say, never once suspected Don Paolo has been posing as Flora and for so long. I sure hope the real Flora is okay. We absolutely can't forget to pick her up on the way back to London. Of course we won't, but I'm sure Flora's having a grand old time playing with the cows. Another thing that came out of my head is what Don Paolo said about Dr. Schrader. The way he was talking, it didn't sound like he killed Dr. Schrader. But if he didn't, who did? I think you're spot on there, Luke. Something else is responsible for the doctor's death. Right now I'd say the Elysian box is the key to learning what that something was. Then I guess we reached a dead end. You know Don Paolo handed one over the... What's your Luke? Well, look at that. Don Paolo was disrupted when he was running away from Inspector Chelmy. So this is it, the Elysian box. Alas, the box. Inside sleeps the key uncovering a massive family fortune. I beg your pardon, sir. Miss Layton, I'm going to ask you to hand over the box now. As the son of the late Duke Horizon, I am the rightful owner of that box. The box belongs to the Horizons? Yeah, you're hard of hearing, boy. Inside the box the key to cracking the secret of the Horizon fortune. Seeing as how I share the bloodline, that box should pass into my hands and no one else's. Not going to lie, he does... He kinda does have a point there. Oh well, it does change things. I suppose we'll have to... But look, listen to yourself. You're no more entitled to the box than I am, or any other person in this room for a matter. You listen here, Porter. This is none of your business. I suggest you keep your opinion to yourself. No, sir, but that won't stand by on what you claim the box is your own. If you know his rightful claim to the box, it is the current Duke of Folsons himself. Besides, I've heard about you. You turned your back on his town and left your own left of your own free will. In my book, you claim to be the fortune was lost the day you walked out of Fonson's. Oh, is that so? You got some nerve, buddy. If what Khan says is true, I'm afraid I can't have it box to you in good conscience, sir. Okay, what he says we go up and chase in this box. Keeping stuff on the DL is exhausting. You tell me how to run my affairs, Samuel. You've forgotten who signs your paychecks. I never even want to be a conductor in the first place. Plus, paying our boys getting old, man. It's more like a guy. It's more than a guy like me can take. Sammy Thunder wasn't born to work a 5 to 9 kick. Sammy Thunder was born to rock. Hey, world, I'm coming back to the rock train and riding it to the top. Yeah. I can't do that, but like, sure, I've tried my hardest. So what are you babbling on about? Come back here at once. I'm sorry, Mr. Beluga, but I think I have to hold on for this box for the moment. Fine, do what you want. I hope the love for box shows all of you twice over. Box location solved. The box is disappearance. The villain who made off with the Elysian box is not other than Don Paolo, brilliant scientist and self-proclaimed nemesis of Professor Layton. To find riches associated with the antique, he disguised himself as Flora and killed Layton and Luke. That also concludes Beluga's search. Beluga was searching for the Elysian box, which he believed would clue him in on the location of the Horizon family fortune. As a member of the Hanson family, he found out that to any family riches, though some people in Folsom disagree strongly. So it seems that Paolo wasn't responsible for the doctor's death in the end. Maybe it really wasn't. Maybe it was the Elysian box's fault after all. Yes, it sounds like the doctor had already collapsed by the time Don Paolo arrived on the scene. Perhaps you're right, Luke. The box could very well contain a lethal element that killed the doctor. Without seeing the Baxter first in action, how could we be sure? Surely you not mean... I do, Luke. We must open the box ourselves. It's the only way. Please hold us on a moment. Gotcha. It's the only way I can convince you to let me have the box. It's of vital importance. Before I do that, I would need to know more first. Why is the box so important to you? I'm sorry, it's not for me to say. I must deliver the box to somebody important. I must. Who is this person? I can't tell you anymore, but once I'm done, I'm certain this awful course will go away forever. This goes will end, and everything will be over and done with, and he'll... Whatever do you mean, dear? Help! Somebody! Anybody! Come help! Someone else just got taken away to Horizon Castle. The vampire is gonna sink his blood, and he's gonna steal his soul. Why did you have to be him? Why? He was such a stand-up guy too. What? No, that's impossible. What, Keija? What are you running off to? Well, shut up in a hurry. Remember that vampire talk scared her. Do you know what she was talking about? I feel like I can only follow half what she said. There is more going on than just a vampire. Like, now we're actually going to parts that I already know. I must come down to the shield, Luke. But after discussion, I'm doubly sure that this box contains a greater secret. The path to understanding everything lies right before us. But potentially perilous, opening this box seems the only course of action left to us. As you, Professor. Good, then let's take us to our room so we can open the box away from prying eyes.
Finally, the Elysian box.
Indeed, Luke.
I can't look. No.
Huh?
Huh? The box is empty, and we're still alive.
Then it would seem my theory was correct.
What do you mean, Professor?
That the doctor's just in a coma from, well, the material that the box was made of. Let's go back into town and do a bit more asking around. I need to confirm my suspicion. The Professor and Luke decided to look around for some more information. Let's talk to him. No, so I mean, dude, you're the reason I didn't catch the bogus charge. To say thanks, I pulled some strings in Museum Crate and got him to open the place up for you. There's not much, but when you find some FK's info there to help your case, make sure you check it out. Thanks, Timmy. It got pretty hairy, back there for a little bit, didn't it? I soon got to know discovering that Mr. Beluga is actually part of the Horizon family. Yeah, my uncle never really told me much about it at all. I just knew, I don't know, he had some kind of blowout with his dad, the Duke, and decided to leave for good. He didn't talk a lot about the brother he left behind though. He has a real soft spot for the guy. But now it looks like the Granny vampire is running around the castle. That is it, but I doubt everyone survived to the wicked scary monster moving in. Well, the access is guaranteed. The Professor and Luke decided to visit the Horizon Museum once again. For a third time, we actually go there. Go one step further. Welcome friends, I'm Grinko and I'm the curator of the Horizon Museum. We have an extensive collection of artifacts portraying the history of this town and the Horizon family. Somebody told me about you too. I hope you find your resources helpful to your search. Please read to pursue the collection of your heart's content. Hey Tammy, Steam is down again. RIP. I know the Steam open right now. Professor and Luke decided to explore the Horizon Museum. Professor Tesha, I guess that must be Duke Horizon himself, huh? The entire museum appears to be dedicated to celebrating his achievements, so I'd have to agree. But wait a second, I thought Mr. Beluga owns this place. Yes, I believe that's the case. Isn't it funny that he built this whole place to honor his father? Maybe he's not so bad after all. I didn't quite understand the picture. Is this what I think it is? This is where got the entire Horizon family, who are responsible for Folsom's legendary wealth. This older gentleman on the left is Duke Horizon. His youngest son, Falbridge, is in the middle, and his eldest son, Alton, is on the right. That's Frederick, that's Mr. Beluga, the founder of and owner of Monterey Express, is it not? Oh, you know him? Well, in addition to owning the realm, Frederick's a friend of mine and owns the museum. It's a sad story, really. He cut out all ties to his father and left town 50 or so years ago. When he left, he took a small portion of the house on wealth and used it to start his railway. Yes, Frederick is quite a study in contradictions. Jesus. He disliked his father enough to change his name, but to return to the Folsoms to found his museum. Did the feud extend to all the members of the family? No, Frederick and Anton were always quite close. But their relationship with their father was never the same after that fateful day. What day was that, sir? The day Duke discovered the vein of gold that brought so much wealth to Folsoms. He was a different man after that. Something changed him. Greed, perhaps. Well, yes, that. But there was something more than greed investing his heart. What do you think that was? I know. I think it's best if we end this chat here. It's not my place to speculate about what goes on in the hearts of other people. Of course. Tell me this though, if you can. Where is Anton now? That's a good question. I've heard rumors that he might be still living in the old castle. But I got to imagine he would live in a place so run down that people call it a vampire now. Gracious, look at how long we'll be chatting. I think it's best for me to get back to work. Please look around for as long as you like. I guess the rich people have problems, huh? Let's play show a little stuff. Do you suppose this picture of the late Duke? I believe so, yes. The old Duke Horizon died a while back and left behind a massive fortune. If he's gone, who's the vampire the whole time we're talking about? So I mentioned that Mr. Beluga had an older brother here. I'd say he's likely a man at the heart of the talk. But if he's Mr. Beluga's older brother, he would have to be old and feeble by now. I thought vampires didn't age. Am I correct in believing that you two are searching for a lead on the Elysian box? Yes, that's right. Would you happen to know anything about it? I'm sure you already know the Elysian box is the family heirloom. At Mr. Beluga's request, I've been researching the history for the falls for the Hazard family. In doing so, I uncovered that the secret inside history reveals the truth of the Elysian box. Intriguing, what's the secret to speak of? It's easy to ask a question when you don't know what you're getting into, Mr. Layton. Do you thirst for the truth? Do you thirst for the truth and are ready to face it? You do well to visit the town mine. Many miners used to keep little journals down there to document that time below ground. If you can find one of those, you have first-hand access to what transpired back there. Thank you for the advice. We'll go have a look for ourselves. Come on, Luke, let's head to 9. Rusty and Luke decide to set out for the mine at the edge of town. I think we're going to finish this game today. We might have to do 8 more puzzles to actually do like the last bit. Sometimes the game forces you to do like 75 puzzles. This is the mine we heard about, Professor. It's supposed to be sealed off. Just imagine, Luke. They used to dig for gold here. For what I've heard about gold changed down, there must have been a ton of it down there. But if it did so much for town's development, why would they seal off the place? And that's a question we might be able to answer if we can find some account of what transpired here. Right, have a good sleep. No there's any speculation, let's venture in. Ooh. I'm thinking like I need like 2 more hours to completely finish off this game. And as well, there's going to open Professor. Yeah, so let's see, we need to solve this puzzle first. Oh god. The gear switch. The button that opens the door in front of you is buried deep within the machine, so you can't push it directly. However, by pulling in the knob at the top or the left or the right, you can move the various gears and plates in the machine, allowing you to press the button at the bottom. Our answer is B.
Consider this puzzle solved. And there we have
Yay,
it.
I did it. Now, moving the knob towards B will spin the gears in a way that causes the bottom lever to hit the open button. Since there are only 2 possible answers for this puzzle, you could have just guessed. But we're sure you thought the problem out before answering, right? I did actually. Actually, the door is open now. Let's proceed in. We need to get the lift running again if we want to head further into the mine, but how to do that? Ah, I see severed wires over here. I bet the reason lift isn't moving. Let's see. Yes, go to reconnect them, Luke. That should fix the problem. No. Oh, I need to make those 2 switch places. Sure.
Just leave it to me. Piece
Right.
of cake.
Good job. So, how many moves did it take you to complete the task? If you're really good, it should be infused 12 plus. Oh, listen, did you hear that? Select the elevators up and running again. Oh, that's making some noise. I think it's fixed. Actually, I suppose our next move should be the head down then. What do you think, Luke? Could this save hold some of the journals that Grinkel mentioned? We won't know until we open it, but how do we open it? The work is rather complicated. Let's see if I can decipher the code. Okay, that was zeker is nummer 0. I'm thinking 4 is like the right one. That means 1 and 5. That's my answer.
And now to test my theory. And there we have it.
That's right. The code is 0154. We'll solve this by entering numbers haphazardly until they stumble upon the solution. But it's much more fun if you think your way to the answer, which is what I did. They did the trick. Have a look at this, Professor. Looks like a worker's journal. This is just the thing we've been looking for, Luke. Perhaps it shed some light on what's right here. Let's see what it says. We have funny minerals that I never see before in a Duke's gold deposit. And should look we find some other kind of precious metal. Personally, I feel like there's something sinister about this stuff. Not that the Duke cares one bit. No, he'll have his way. I will keep digging. I bet my life on that. So what kind of precious metal? But I thought that this was a gold mine. There's an earth that awful orb. The folks have been dropping like flies from an unknown illness. So many people in town are sick. So all of our workforce here has stopped coming in. What was going on in here? It is terrible. So many people must have been sick. Falls run in a gleaming beacon of prosperity is at its end. This town is cursed and ruined. I expect we're just days away from shutting down this awful mine for good. As you lead the diary bound said, anyone who tries to reopen a mine should think twice. Hold on, the date on this last thing is about 50 years ago. But that can't be right. The mine was up and running until recently. Yes, or so we've been told. But this is me thinking. Both this diary and Keiko suggest a connection between the Elysian box and events in the mine. For what I can tell, all this traces back to a single man, the Duke himself. Even as he himself is long gone, the castle may yet contain the answers to all the questions. Tell me we have to go visit Spooky Castle for ourselves? Haha, do you mean to tell me you're scared of the place? Well, of course not. A million vampires wouldn't scare me. If the truth vampire living in a castle, I'd very much like to make his acquaintance. Don't say things like that, Professor. If you have man on, I'm sure it is on the spot. Yay. I believe we retrieved the request we came for. Let's take a leave now. What's this? They lifted out of service again. I say this won't do. Oh, but look, there's a set of buttons built to the wall. Two of those buttons will extend the lift back up, but that is connected. I suppose I'll take a little break again. The wires connect the elevator to the button controlling the some have been severed. You can connect the negative and positive wires on the top and the wires carrying the same charge.
Consider this puzzle solved.
Nope.
Well, I suppose you can't win them all.
Oh, you did put. Okay. No, I did it the other way around.
Consider this puzzle solved. Ha! Wonderful.
The record says the elevator's working again. The wheels appear to be working. We should be able to leave the mine now. Yes! I'm going to take a little break. I'll be right back. Okay. Let us move along to the Horizon Castle as soon as I please. Oh, Mr. Layton. Hello, mister. Who brings you to these parts? Well, to be blunt, sir, I've been doing a bit of spying with you for some time now. You've let cool out the investigation, it won't be long before it snaps into focus for you. It is for that reason I feel I can no longer hide the truth from this place from you. What are you getting at, sir? You see my studio, all those pictures, all the town there, those are pictures I took. Known to the station and my work as well. The sort of guys have held my interest for quite some time now. As you Mr. Layton, do you remember our last meeting in my shop? You pointed out certain strange phenomena occurring in the photos taken within Folsons. Yes. Yes, there's one curiosity among the many we've seen in this town. It feels as though the whole Folsons conspires to keep a secret hidden from us. The being is right, sir. You see, Folsons is a cursed town. Cursed? To call it such may seem base, but I assure that the time's past is a very different use of the word. Perhaps a good is the punishment we are meant to endure for the great mistakes of our past. But the nightmares are the end, and I feel it won't be long now until before we awaken. Huh? I'm going to head to the castle in addition to meet with Duke Anton. Is this Anton the eldest son of the previous Duke? Yes. He is Duke. He is. Duke Anton has presided over Horizon Castle since his father's passing some time ago. I served as a family until that day 50 years ago when I left it all behind and fled. I don't think Anton will ever forgive me, you see. He's a man who abhors betrayal above all else. What's around 50 years ago? To answer your question and we find the castle, I urge you to head there. Perhaps a voice of reason like yours might persuade Duke Anton to listen. If you believe it will settle the matter, we'll visit the castle. Yes, see with your own eyes as we go into this town. Perhaps we'll finally reach the end of this dark tunnel we've been traveling through. A real destination has chosen us this time. You know where we must go next, don't you? People who talk are scared to death for the vampire that say living within the castle. And I'd say the photograph only raises more questions. What happened 50 years ago? And what the heck is going on in the castle? Almost every night, the Horizon family became incredibly wealthy and then discovered the gold claim. If we can understand the story behind that, our questions about the illusion box will be answered. But how are we going to get into the castle, Professor? I don't think it's the kind of place we can just waltz into. I thought by now you know exactly how to get in, Luke. What do you mean? The carriage tracks we saw on the road were still very fresh. We assumed the carriage is bringing something to the castle every day. We did only follow the carriage to find a way to the castle. Of course, the carriage is... Sure. I accidentally skipped it, but sure. Now you got the picture. I'm ready to go whenever you are, Professor. Just lead the way. The Code Emblem is solved. The Code Emblem. The symbol is actually a crest belonging to the family who once ruled Volsons. The Horizons, its clear that the Horizon family and the Elysian Box are deeply connected to each other. The gate is still shut tight. In order to get in, we simply have to wait for the carriage to arrive. Say, there's the carriage now. Quick, hide. The gate's open now. You escaped the detection. If we're going to enter, now is our only chance. Move, quickly. You sure the forest is the only way to the castle, right? I'm not going to lie, this place is beyond spooky. Hi! Luke, what's the matter? Everything, probably. Ghost, this is about a second ago, over there. Oh, Luke, you know there's no such thing as ghost. Your eyes must be playing tricks on you. What about stuff as hell, Professor? Deep breaths, Luke. Well, an ash, even something as harmless as not a trick can look like a ghost. I suppose so. Feeling better? Good, come along, we must not let the carriage get too far ahead. It's pitch black out there, Professor. Yes, that's some sort of light. I don't believe it will be too advanced. What do we have here? We're in luck, my boy. I think someone left a lantern here. Light the forest. As the light the dark forest path for each lamp assumes the light reaches to the end of it on a straight road. Sure. This one's lit up. This is all lit up. Yeah, this one.
Consider this puzzle solved.
Alright, easy.
Gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
Keep up. The balls are pretty creepy, but it was just because it was dark, right? Probably, yeah. Ah, now we've got a light. Curious though, isn't it? Who would leave a perfectly good lantern out there? I can't imagine somebody forgot it here. It's almost like someone is leaving a trail for us. I don't give a shit. If it helps me get there, like hell yeah. Right. Look at this strange mushroom, Professor. Okay, I've never seen this type before. Let me study it. Just a moment before we move on. Sure. Collect all the mushrooms in this forest as you pass through. Each circular clearing up contains mushrooms. You don't want to spend too long in this forest, so find the quickest route through to visit each clearing only once. We go everywhere once. That's the answer.
Here goes. Piece of cake.
Mustachic. I guess you realize you don't need use every single path. No, just make sure you get every mushroom. No, your curiosity is satisfied. Could you please move on, Professor? No. There's like another light there, but I'm not going to pick it up. Next puzzle. Bro, where did it get so chilly? It's so cold out there, the lake is frozen over. Oh, I have an idea for a shortcut. Slippery Crossings 1. The lake in front of the professor is frozen solid. The ice is thick enough to stand on it, but so slippery that any movement in any direction causes him to slide uncontrollably. In that direction until he hits a wall. Once stationary, you can change the professor's direction by tapping the arrows around him. Can you get the professor through the slippery lake to his goal? Yes, we can. Hopefully. There we go.
This should do the trick.
You go, Layton.
Ha! Wonderful.
Phew, that was super slippery, but you can't stop now. No. We can only stop for like 5 minutes. Our crossing went as well as it could be hoped for, but we can't stop here. Off we go. Hot damn. Professor, are you sure it's safe to cross this thing? It looks a bit rickety. Safe enough, I believe. Are you fine, Luke? A little, yes. I mean, just look at... just look. If I fell, it will end of me for sure. Now, look, it may seem scary, but if you stay calm and keep moving forward, you'll be just fine. Here, that is special. I hope you take your mind off things. Of our little trip across the chasm. A rickety bridge. Okay, look at Professor Layton stand at one end of the rickety old bridge. Afraid of falling into this below, Luke's legs have become stiff and fair, and he can only walk across the bridge in increments of 1-3 planks at a time. The narrowing of the bridge prevents Luke from doubling back the way he came, or switching the foot he's using to step forward while standing on it. Use that to create a path. Sure. Thank you, Master
Did
V.
enjoy the puzzle placements and bits for the support.
Well, thank you very much for the 22 bits. How are you doing, Master V? Eek. Damn. There you go. We got there. Let me also give you a shout out.
Do the trick. Ha! Wonderful.
Wonderful. Now it's a fancy Luke. The 9th step you choose takes Luke to the goal. Make sure that the last step you push him down. Step 4 you was left foot. Yay. We did it. Well, I suppose I feel a bit better, but the bridge still makes me nervous. Let's move on, shall we? Well, I suppose even a creeper look get up close. Feeling nervous again, are you? Not on the slightest. Let's go, Professor. God, somebody help me! What's your problem, sir? There's a vampire in the castle. I thought I was gonna, but I managed to give him the slip. A real vampire? I'm gonna stick around to check his fangs, sonny boy. I'm gonna get out away from here. So what do you think, well, this vampire business now, Professor? The rumor does seem to have spread throughout the population of Folsons. What do you think maybe it could be, you know, more than a rumor? That's what we're here to find out. There's a few more steps, so we'll find our answers ourselves. Oh my. 75, so whatever happens. Chapter 7. An encounter at the end of the line. Ooh, the very last chapter. We're here at last, Professor. Leave this place at once. You have no right to enter Herzen Castle. Where's the voice coming from? Only those possessing exceptional wisdom and bravery are worthy of gaining entrance to the castle. It's usually left a great number of puzzles in town unsolved. Such indolence is a befitting of guests of Herzen Castle. Should you wish to enter, return with at least 80 puzzles solved. Now go. We wish you success in your effort. For fuck's sake. Do these of us know as a vampire talking? Oh look, we're not seeing who's speaking. It's anybody, I guess. But we need to see if it solve at least 80 puzzles if we want to find out. Let's see if we can answer a few to bolster our total. Fuck. I feel like I had it. Most of the time, like you see like 25 or 12 or something, or 50, 75, 100. There's no stone for us to walk on here. What do you tread carefully? Here goes. So we're crossings too. We're just doing like success and type of puzzle. There we go.
Here goes.
I mean, these are easy puzzles, luckily.
Layton's
So,
apprentice strikes again.
well, no, it's a miracle we both made it across without taking a tumble. As we're getting close, Luke, let's keep moving. If I go, we can do more. Another frozen legs, and across, so here we go. Yes. That's another puzzle solved.
This puzzle solved. And there we have it.
I know, but that's actually pretty easy. When it goes down, just sure there's left to cover. I'll be there. Yeah. No more puzzles. Oh, fuck. If the Atlanta one is also the last one that we will find. Well, so we can go to the kids back. Sure. Oh my. It is my answer.
Let's see if this works. Piece of cake.
I hate being a little bit sick. Yeah, you can see again. That's much better. Maybe extra light, this place is still creepy, sure. There's someone left behind a second lantern. Let's see where we are. Okay, we only need to do one puzzle on random. That one is a given. Actually, is it? No, it's not.
Here goes.
These are like literally the more easy puzzles, and like I just have no trouble with them. Finally, some light. Now above is easy to follow. Let's move ahead. Just one puzzle we need to solve. One random puzzle somewhere. And that's the puzzle from him. You do must have nose of steel to come all the way out of here. But it doesn't mean I won't test what you're made of. Try this puzzle on for size. Different suits, sure. Below are 16 cards. There are 4 cards from each suit. Diamonds, clothes, spades, and hearts. The cards are arranged in a 4x4 grid shows below. The 4 cards are already been put down. Where's the remaining cards at each vertical and diagonal line? Okay, sure. Those ones are given. And diagonal line. Okay, sure.
And now to test my theory.
There's only one actual diagonal line.
Ah, wonderful.
No, they won't give you a brain to work out. It's a really great puzzle set up with real cards to share a friend. It's actually pretty easy. That's what I'm talking about. Primary puzzle solving right there. Listen, there's a castle on the other side of this forest. No one will come within a mile of it. But I hear the Duke's fortune is just sitting there in piles. If you think it'll hang in, keep your guard up against the vampire or whatever's in there. Let's go. We have 60 puzzles. 80 I mean. I'm ready for this confrontation. I'm ready for my share of storyline instead of puzzles. Honestly. It would appear you saw at least 80 puzzles. I commend your perseverance and proclaim you worthy of entrance to this castle.
Welcome.
Sorry to intrude, but we are investigating an important antique, this box we have here. The emblem on its lid seems connected to your house in some way. Would you have time to answer a few questions?
I think this matter would best be addressed by the master. Please, come inside.
Sure.
Wow, this place is really something else.
Indeed, Luke. This castle is extremely impressive.
Right this way, please.
Good evening. Welcome to my house. So, if I understand correctly, you're saying people fear the box because they believe it kills anyone who opens it. That's quite a story, isn't it?
It seems that the design on this box is connected to your family in some way. Can you tell me anything about this?
It's true that it was a Herzen family heirloom. Although I parted with it a number of years ago, the garish emblem you mentioned wasn't exactly, suited to my taste.
Personally, I think it's quite spectacular.
Oh, is that so? Well, chalk it up to my bad taste then.
You know, I don't think he's telling us the whole story.
Perhaps not. It's hard to say just yet.
I'm sorry I'm not much help, though I confess, visitors are always delightful. I'm sure you've had a long journey, so please, do stay the night. Prepare the quarters for our guests, Nigel.
Yes, right away, master.